Hi, everyone. Welcome to our third video installment on the Smiles News Network. I'm Jody Barker, your HR Director.
And I'm Lauren Seeger, your Marketing Manager. We are excited to be here with you today. Let's jump right into business.
Right into the business. So we have many shout outs for individuals and offices who have personal and professional accomplishments or achievements in the month of October. Do you want to start with the birthdays?
I do. So we're going to wish a very happy birthday to everyone who celebrated in October. I'm going to go ahead and read you the list here. We have Erin in our Salem office. We have Judy in Woodburn. We have Dr. Doman in Longview.
Happy birthday!
We have Lindsay in Ridgefield, Adriana in Salem. We have Andrea in the Smile Support Services office.
Happy birthday!
We have Lindsay in Milwaukee. We have Casey also in Smile Services on the HR team.
Happy birthday, Casey!
We have Danielle in our Insurance and Billing Center. We have Miranda in Ridgefield. Deborah in Gig Harbor. We have Casey in the call center. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
We also have Noemi in Salem, Jessica in the Insurance and Billing Center as well, and Dr. Waddell in Woodburn. Happy birthday.
So we also have some very important work anniversaries, and so I'll read those through. So we have Deanna in Riddle celebrating 19 years, and wow, that Riddle team has been together for a long time.
It's awesome.
We have Katrina in Milwaukee doing 2 years. We have Vaughn in Klamath Falls, 2 years as well. Ikuku in Spokane, and I'm gonna say 12 years, and I know she's gonna tell me that's a little bit longer because I know she has original dates. And she's gonna say it's been a lot longer than that. We have Brittany in Klamath Falls again in 2 years. We have Heather in Hazeldale celebrating her first year. We have Jennifer in Camas with 1 year as well. We have Deborah in Gig Harbor celebrating 2 years. We have Chelsea in Hazeldale with 3 years. We have Blanca in Camas with 1 year. We have Elvira in Hazeldale with 1 year as well. So we have Jennifer in Northeast with 2 years, Janet in Cedar Woolley with 9 years,
Awesome.
Getting up there.
Congratulations.
Nancy in Eugene with 14 years. That team's been together a long time as well. Lorraine in Lacey with 2 years, and Kathleen in Insurance with 3 years, and our very favorite Julie.
Oh yes,
with
Julie.
13 years in our Insurance Center. Thank you so much for all the years that you guys have put in.
Definitely. We could not do what we do without you guys out there.
Completely agree with that.
We also want to welcome a new team member, Dr. Oliver, in our Grants Pass office. Thank you so much for joining us.
And we also have a very special thank you. So I love my thank yous to Dr. Stark, who is actually commuting from Utah to our Hazeldale office to assist us while we need some extra help. So we do appreciate it's a very long commute, and we know being away from family and friends is really super hard. So we do appreciate you and everything you do.
Thank you so much. As an organization, we know each and every one of you is dedicated to providing the best dental care possible. And don't just take our word for it. Here's what folks are saying about our teams out in the community. We've got a few reviews here we want to read to you. We have a review here for our Hollywood District location from Rebecca. I recently had my teeth cleaned and the dental hygienist was great. I just about fell asleep while she was cleaning my teeth. That's a first. She was also super polite, checking in with me every step of the way. The staff was professional and generally made the process very easy. I will return and recommend them if you want a quick response for appointments and an easy process from start to finish. We also have a great review from our Ridgefield office from Tammy. Great staff. They know who I am as soon as I walk through the doors. They also remember things that were discussed at a previous appointment. You're not treated like another number. Instead, you're treated like an actual person.
How nice.
I love it.
I love that too. So I have a Gig Harbor review, and it's from Jerry. And she says, my husband was the patient and found the staff and dentist to be friendly, attentive, and professional. His 3 procedures, a checkup, a cleaning, and a filling, were comfortable and not expensive. The staff knew his insurance plan and fully explained the charges for the service. We have already recommended this clinic to our relatives.
Love that.
That's awesome. And in Milwaukee, we have Craig. I never have liked going to the dentist, and that is why I now call it my second home. Okay. I will forever be grateful of how gentle and caring Dr. Miller, Lindsay, and Paloma are, just to name a few. Okay. I will always refer people to Smiles Dental. Thank you for making my comfort your number one priority. That was a little different.
Awesome. And in our Longview office, we have a review from Celia. For someone who hadn't been to the dentist in about 12 years, the staff at Smiles treated me as if I was one of their best patients. They were great. I was also so nervous just waiting for the lectures and had absolutely no reason to feel that way. I am not going to have any problem going to the dentist from now on as long as Smiles is around.
Oh, very nice.
And then we also have a great review for our Roseburg office from Marie. I was always afraid of the dentist, and believe me, I am old. That's from Marie, not me. I have never felt so comfortable at a dentist office as I do at Smiles. I think that Dr. Sharp is one of the best that I have ever seen. You cannot ask for any more compassionate or caring doctor. He makes you feel so comfortable. Dr. Sharp, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Dr. Sharp.
You also have some great employees.
Wow, that's a wonderful, wonderful referral.
We love hearing those.
And I know that Dr. Sharp will appreciate that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So today we're pleased to introduce some special guests that are going to be on in just a moment. But first, I want to do a reminder of why we're here.
Excellent.
So our vision is to positively reimagine and transform the total dental experience.
And our mission is to provide exceptional dental care that is patient-centric and community-inclusive in a friendly and fun environment. We are committed to courageously evolve and change on behalf of our patients, staff, vendors, and shareholders.
Excellent. And we also want to remember that we follow the 6 core values within our everyday. And those are respect, ethics, community, collaboration, stewardship, and nurturing. And we all want to remember which one is Lauren's favorite, collaboration.
Love that one. And with that, I would like to introduce one of our guests, Steve Morris, our office manager in Salem.
Hi, Lauren. Glad to be here.
Now, Steve, from the moment we revealed our mission, vision, and values, they seem to really resonate with you. What about them is so powerful?
Well, I think there are a lot of things that are powerful about them, but the thing that really jumps out at me is that it gives us a singular and kind of cohesive goal as an organization to be working for. And in addition to that, that really it's about putting everybody on an equal playing field. So in other words, it's not just about one office or one particular department in the organization, but it's really about all of us working together with the same goals, focuses, and aspirations. So whether you're working in the call center or in an office, or whether you're working at the service center, or even if you're just a member of the executive team, that ultimately you are a part of this mission that Smiles is on. And you're ultimately required to live the values that help support that mission. So I think that's a big one for me. I think also they're really meaningful. So it's not just about me coming to work, punching a clock every day, but it's about me being a part of something bigger. And that bigger thing is ultimately the really caring for our patients, our team members, and our community. And I think when you think about just that one aspect of the impact we've had on our local communities, we hear stories every day about offices and team members that are making a difference in their community, whether they're supporting firefighters who are fighting big fires, whether it's individuals fighting cancer, or whether it's book drives or food drives. The list is really endless of the things that we've done as individuals and as an organization to make a change in our communities. And ultimately what I kind of see the mission and vision and values, how they kind of play out every day is it's like a pyramid. And so at the bottom of a pyramid, you have our values that are the individual behaviors, the things that each of us do every day to make a difference and to ultimately lift up and put at the forefront our mission. And so as we're doing that and we're building our mission, each one of us living the values, then we achieve that aspiration of our vision, which is to reinvent and transform the entire dental experience. So I think that's those are the things that I find make the mission, the vision, and the values so powerful.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now, you have been pretty proactive about embodying our mission, vision, values in your offices, making it a point of importance with your teams. I even noticed, little changes like you including the vision and the mission in your email signature lines. So how has, making the mission, vision, values so important impacted your teams?
Well, I think when we first relaunched our mission and our values earlier in the year, there was a lot of questions I received from my team members that they basically just kind of wanted to know what this meant. Seemed like a lot of information. There were a lot of words, and they weren't quite sure how to really embrace them. And so the thing I did is I tried to just break it down into small pieces and apply it to everything we did every day. And so whether it was me having a one-off conversation with somebody about their job performance, or if we were just having a lunch meeting, I tried to incorporate the values, the mission into every aspect of what we did every day. And I think that in the process, people became more comfortable with them, which was helpful. But it was really about trying to inspire them to not just do more, but to do better. And I guess what I mean by that is that to give a better quality of team contribution in everything they do. And as they do that, then the work that they're doing is more meaningful and satisfying to them.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Thank you. And you have been doing something like our Walking the Mission program in your offices already. Can you
Yes.
tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so again, when we originally started, we were doing all these different elements of trying to incorporate the values and the mission into what we did. And then one of the things we've been doing since the beginning of the year, with the end of last year, was we were voting and nominating for Employee of the Month. And as a result, we had a lot of people nominating just based on the person's name. So here you go. This is the person I'm voting for this month. And what I saw as a real miss was that we weren't tying it to the mission, the vision, the values. And so all I did was I asked people to start nominating people based on their contribution to those things, so the values. How did they live or demonstrate the values in our mission for that month? And initially, there was not really any pushback. Everybody went ahead and did it, but I think initially there was some question as to why was I making them work harder to make a nomination. And so once I was able to express to them the value in telling somebody why they were Employee of the Month. Not just, hey, you are Employee of the Month, but here's why. Here's what your peers think of you and your performance for the month before. They really understood it, and it only took a month or two for people to see the recognition from their teammates to really embrace it.
Awesome. And are you looking forward to seeing the participation and results of the company-wide Walking the Mission program?
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see what stories we'll hear and learn about. We work in our own cubicles in a sense. We're all somewhat isolated from office to office, so this is an opportunity for us to really get to hear some great stories. But I'm also really excited about seeing our evolution within how we embrace the mission, vision, and values. And what I mean by that is I think there will come a time where we'll feel really empowered to demonstrate courage, which our mission and values talk about a couple times, courage. And but we'll just demonstrate a courage to not just accept the status quo. And what I mean by that is that when we see somebody else not demonstrating our values, that we'll feel emboldened to talk to them and to challenge them, to share with them what we saw in their actions that was good and what we saw that could have been better. And as a result, be able to elevate not just their game, but our game. And, this kind of involves coaching up and coaching down and coaching sideways, which I think when we can achieve that kind of culture, that's when we'll truly, truly be successful.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today, Steve.
Appreciate it.
How inspiring to have one of our teammates here sharing such positive information.
I agree. And I want to remind everyone to keep an eye out for team members who you see walking the mission, vision, and values in your own offices. Don't forget to nominate them for recognition as part of our Walking the Mission program, and nominations do end on November 3rd.
And that is a great reminder. We are super excited to start reading some of the nominations, so please start snapping those pictures and sending in those forms. We are so excited to see what you guys are doing out there with our mission, vision, and values.
Absolutely. And now we have a second guest coming in, correct?
That's correct. So please welcome Eric Meldrum from our Gig Harbor location.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you for coming, and we're very happy to have you, and thank you for making that really long drive today. So as you know, we are all super impressed about the success of your practice, from new patients, reviews, production. Tell us, what is your secret?
Well, I guess I'll start out by saying it doesn't feel like it's a secret to me. We're just doing the things that lead to success and really focusing on our patients. Our patients are like our family. I guess I should start out by saying I have a great team. And a doctor who is dedicated to improving himself every day. And with a team that's dedicated to taking care of our patients, it makes it a lot easier. Every day, our goal really is to make sure that our patients leave having a comfortable experience, something memorable that they'll share with their family, with their friends, will make them want to also find out more about what Smiles Dental has to offer them. And so it's really about patient relationships. That's, to me, where it starts, and that's really where it ends.
And that is so focused on our mission, vision, and values, being a patient-centric organization. So that's wonderful. Can you tell me a little bit about how you believe we can replicate that in our other offices?
Well, aside from the patient relationship, which is so central to everything that we do, keep in mind the things that we're asked to do on a regular basis by our leadership team, by our regional managers, making sure we start out the day with an effective huddle. We do that every day, and that's been huge for us and really setting our day up. Secondly, creating an urgency for that treatment. If the doctor believes that something needs to be done, let's make sure we give that urgency and make sure that we follow up to get it done. Another thing is following up on that treatment later. Often patients, they don't know their schedule, or there's some reason where they're not ready to schedule that day. Following up on a timely basis, whether it be a phone call or whatever, is a text, ways to get a hold of them. And then adding additional days. We've added hygiene days in our schedule, and finding ways to add production days is a great way to grow. That's kind of the core, but to me, it's beyond that, and that's tracking your progress daily. I track everything that we do, so I know on a daily basis how we compare to yesterday, the day before, last week, and last month. And so I know every day how many exams were happening. I know how many treatment plans are coming out of those exams. I know how many of those are being accepted. And so I can see how we're progressing. I know who needs to pay each day, and that makes it easier to collect. And then finally, one thing that I like to do is when a patient leaves, if they're not ready to get scheduled with them, I always tell them, hey, when's a good time for me to follow up? So I've got a date, 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month or whatever, where in a way they've given me permission to follow up. And so that's what I do as well.
That's awesome. And how do you keep your team motivated to meet those goals? You set high goals. How do you keep them going every day?
Well, that can be a challenge. there's been a lot of growth in our office over the past years, and we're always trying to do better. And as we grow, I'm often pushing the envelope a little bit with my team to perform better. Some days are better than others. Some days can be a struggle, and it's a matter of me being able to listen and talk through those difficulties so that what can we learn from a difficult day? Is it something that I can do better? Is it something that we as a team are different ways? How can we learn so that the next time that situation comes up, it isn't the same struggle? And having an open dialogue amongst the team, knowing that we're going to be talking about this, it isn't my way and anybody else's way. We're a team. We get through it together. If somebody has some input that can help us be better as a team, then I embrace that.
That's awesome. And I know that we've seen quite a few really positive reviews from your location, and your patients just absolutely love that. Reviews are not easy to get. They're difficult to get people to give those positive reviews. How do you get those?
Well, it goes back to what I said at the beginning. It starts with patient relationships. If your patients are leaving with a laugh or at least a smile, I like to try and get them to smile or laugh on the way in, and then try and say something friendly, or I try to be funny. I don't know if I always am, but try to say something at the end that gets them leaving with a smile. Or when they comment and say, hey, this was a great experience, we let them know that we love and appreciate their reviews. And we let them know that at the end of the day, they're going to get a text asking for them to leave a review of their visit. And so we're still improving on that. That's something that having that conversation with the patients as they leave or during their visit, we probably miss more often than we hit as far as letting them know that they're going to get a text about the review. But I do know that it's making a big impact. As far as our new patient flow, I ask our new patients, why did they choose our office? And probably more than 50% are saying that they picked us because of the reviews. Whether it be a
awesome.
PPO and they've gotten a list of 4 or 5 to go to, or maybe they're just going to the reviews, they're telling us that they picked us specifically because they left a review. And so I every day at the end of the day, I sit down to send those texts out. Sometimes I forget. If I do it first thing the next morning, but I make sure that I do it. And we've done it every day since we started that. And that's the reason why I think we get as many reviews as we do.
That is absolutely fabulous. And I just want to thank you so much for joining us today and really sharing your experiences, your successes, and maybe helping someone out there in our Smiles community.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here.
That was great. Love what's happening there in the Gig Harbor office.
Definitely. And I hope a lot of you got to take some of that information back to your office and that you will be successful as well. And thank you again for tuning in to the Smiles News Network.
Keep smiling. All learned something today from our
We'll have to get powder again.
And with that, I would like to introduce one of our With that, I would like to introduce one of our guests, Steve Morris, our office manager in Salem.
Oh, am I supposed to respond?
Our office manager in Salem.
Hi, everybody.
Well, great to dang it.
Sorry.
Really, we focus on, I'm sorry, I got an itch. Start over. I've already lost my mind.
We get better every time.
Thank you, everyone, for smiling.